Hello everybody, and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin, and we are on part 15 of Spyro Reignited Trilogy, part 5 of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. Last time we were in Aquaria Towers, we didn't quite finish. It's a big level, I mean it's huge, and you have to fill it with water, so you're gonna even move slower. Well, you're not moving that slow, you're actually moving pretty fast in water because Spyro's water swimming physics is excellent. Makes you charge right through it, just like as if you were on land. Love it. So I figure we'll pick up right where we left off. We're in the tower area of Aquaria Towers. We'll get right into it. Hunter's got some goals up his flipper.
I've been trying to tame my new pet manta ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back.
Damn right. I love this back in the day. I love that there was a there was a manta ray that wasn't an enemy. You're about to ride on, like any game where you can ride on an animal's back, like Crash Bandicoot or anything, always gets an extra star for me. I always enjoy that. I love... This is just more of how much this game brings allies into it, and friends, and it's not... The worlds aren't just filled with people who are trying to kill you. There's activities to do that, you know, Spyro's supposed to be a nice... Like, yeah, he's gonna take on the baddies, but he also is here to play and compete and have games and frolic, and that's the nature that I think Spyro, that sweet spot that makes Spyro a really great game. Spyro 2 in particular. Ready to tame the manta ray? Maybe later.
Too chicken, huh? That's okay. Maybe you can come back and ride him later.
I just love how they make Hunter this like competitive, friendly competition for you. Like he kind of eggs you on.
A dragon like you should have pretty good reflexes, even underwater. How about trying out my manta ray?
Alright, let's go.
Great! Hop on his back and guide him through each of the bubble rings as they appear. And remember, he's brand new, so try not to get him dented or scratched up.
Been there. Ride the manta ray through the course. The seahorse is farting out bubbles, pretty much. We gotta swim through them. Ugh. Okay, good.
Well done. I suppose I owe you something for that. Here, take this orb. I found it in one of my flippers.
Beautiful.
Now that the manta ray's tamed, I'd love to get him into racing shape. Care to take him through a harder course?
Let's do it. I love how he has hobbies, Hunter. Like he wants to take this thing racing or whatever, but we never hear about this again. Actually, we do. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we do see the manta ray again. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm full of it right now. There is some continuity to this game. Try the harder course some other time.
Okay, come back whenever you like.
See, I kind of earned my stripes by getting through those 9 rings that he's not really egging me on. He's like, yeah, you did good the first time. I'll let you relax.
I'd love to get him into racing shape. Care to take him through a...
Yeah, let's go. You bet.
Okay, good luck.
Guide the manta ray through the tougher course. 3 stars. 17 bubbles we're going through here. Bubble rings. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I'm pretty wild, Sure.
Okay, good luck.
I'm usually pretty good at this. This shouldn't give me too much trouble. Where'd he go that one time? Where'd he go? Oh, he's still going... What the hell's going on here? I'm surprised they let me continue. I was supposed to do this until they can't disappear at a certain point, right? I'm surprised they're letting me continue, but okay. I'll take it. Hehe.
Incredible! You've got real talent. I could use a partner like you. You can have the orb I found in my other flipper, too.
Give me the one in your goggles. Give me the one in your wetsuit. Quit holding out on me.
Sorry, pal. I don't have any new jobs for you at the moment.
You will later. I'm sure you will.
Sorry.
Okay. I love how the manta ray has a little seat too in this version. I think he was just a regular manta ray in the PS1. I'm surprised they let me continue though. I feel like I screwed that up and then I kind of just got back on track real quick. Alright. We still have some stuff to do here. We have unlocked some... the flame power-up, which should help us with the sharks. Let's see if I can go backwards. Get into that shark tank area. Oh, it's coming at me! It's coming at me! Whew. Let's keep it going. Since we still have the timer, we'll come back for these gems later. Oh, he's coming at me! I triggered the... Alright, so we'll pick up these gems here. Oh. Oh, I think I can get the seaweed, too. I think that's a skill point. Let's see if I can find... Alright, well, I think we got the seaweed in this area, at least. We'll try to find seaweed, too. Might as well, since we're here. Purple gem... Let's head back. There should be another shark area, I think. Is there any more gems around here? No? I feel like I'm low on gems, but we'll see. By the way, these are locked up again because when I loaded the game back up, I had all my gem progress, but they didn't give me the level progress. I mean, like, I got the talisman and the orbs before of the other stuff, but they make you start the level over. So I kind of had to just run through it kind of quick. Alright, we're gonna go this way this time. Actually, you know what? Let's go up. Let's get some seaweed up here. Let's go seaweed hunting. Well, seaweed hunting never hurt anyone. Alright. There's more of that. Come on, there's gotta be another. I feel like I'm... Yeah, there you are. What do you think? Am I missing any? Nope. I mean, yes, I am. Not seeing any more, unless there's another... No. Alright. Let's mosey our way back. Find that other shark tank. Got one there. Where's that shark tank? I think it's over here. Is this a skill point? There we go. Alright. We don't have all the gems though, that's the shame of it right now. Do I want to do the rule, I mean my rule that I don't use sparks, but the thing is, in Spyro 2 you're actually allowed, you're actually granted the ability to find gems, but let's see if I can find it on my own. There's one, or another. Maybe it's this one. Maybe this is all I need. Okay, we're good. Sparks who, I say. Sparks who. Alright, let's get out of here. Have everything we need, and then some. Fried calamari. The odd number when we come out of the level with the gems, in terms of gems, that's just what the backtracking of this game does to you. You don't have all your gems yet, so you're not going to get that even number that you would get a lot in Spyro 1. That's the thing I've noticed with Spyro 1 versus 2 is Spyro 1 I was able to complete a lot of these levels like all the way through like pretty consistently and like I would be able to complete within the hour of the episode. I would be able to complete the. By the way, how much do I have? Have I done everything here? Right? I think so. Herco, Sunny Beach, the Speedway, Colossus. I think we have everything. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can I just go over here?
Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open.
Okay, I guess we're going through.
Okay, Spyro. Jump through that hole in the floor to get down to Crush's dungeon. I'll help you by tossing sheep through the hole, if I can catch them. Good luck.
I just love the idea that...
Okay, Spyro.
That Laura's just gonna go over here, chase these sheep around, and then bring them all the way back. Yeah, like, so there's 2 sheep right here as far as I'm concerned. Unless you have some other trick up here. So you're gonna throw 3 sheep down the hole and that's your help? I don't know. Alright, let's get into it. Crush's Dungeon. One of the first legit bosses in this series, by the way.
Before you get to the castle dungeon, Spyro, I thought that you might want to know how Ripto and his monsters arrived in Avalar. You see, last week in the winter tundra, the professor was working on some new super portal technology.
There, that's the last orb in place. Now let's see. All we need are some coordinates.
Yeah? How about 22475? That's my birthday.
No, Hunter, don't!
What?
Get off me, you useless buffoons! Why can't either of you? Where are we? No dragons? Wonderful. Crush, go back and pack my bags. We're moving in. Say hello to your new king.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
Oh my, I can't see the switch. I think I've broken my glasses.
Crush, go through the portal, you idiot!
Tell all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar. Quickly!
Now! Go! Crush, get the orbs now! Now, you despicable little creature! I'll kill you!
This is bad news for Avalar. Hunter, why didn't you chase him?
Yeah. I, would have gone after him, but didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Professor, could we catch a dragon to help us?
Yes, I think so. We'll need a world that has an alignment much better suited to intercepting one of these creatures. How about Glimmer?
And that's how Spyro got kidnapped. Story, the origin story. But yeah, I was gonna say Spyro 1, very concise in how I was able to complete each level before the episode ended. This, I'm feeling each level kind of blends into the next episode because they're huge levels. There's a lot to do. But here's Crush, our first big bad here. In a real big arena here for once. Now, like, see, this is the most open arena since probably Metalhead. Metalhead was a complete boss, I think, but I think this is a lot more boss-like. These bosses from here on out. Here we go, Crush. I think we get a skill point if we don't get hit, so let's try that. Oh, flat bedrocks there. Compared to the round ones on PS1. Ah. Ah, not gonna get him. It's coming in hot. Got Ripto watching like Cortex when he watched Tiny Tiger. Very similar. Alright, alright. The blue it can do. Oh, you bastard. Crush is such a dope. Oh! I got tripped up there for a second. I like rammed in my head on something or whatever, but as long as it didn't take sparks away from me. So as long as I didn't get hit by that blast, that's all that matters. Okay, here we go, here we go. Here we go, it's over. Not gonna let him get me. Come on. Are you gonna just keep chasing me? Endless loop here? I think he wants to get just close enough. Come on, man. What is this? This never happens in PS1. I think the game just wants to kill me now. They're like, it's too cheap that you weren't killed by that blast when you got stuck. It's time for us to balance the score. Even the odds here. Oh my god. This has been ridiculous. Let him catch up to me a bit. Come on, dude. What is happening? This is such a troll. Come on, what's he doing? I'm like baiting him. I'm trying to bait him to go for the whack. Come on, man. This is... Is this going to be the rest of the stream? Seriously? Woo! This is bullshit. Come on, dude. How do I break this glitch? Oh my god, what are you doing, guy? Is he just gonna not... Like, my thumbs are killing me right now. Dude, seriously. There we go, I got him to do it. I knew if I cut in, I was like, yeah, that'll happen.
No, Crush! You may have have been able to defeat that simpleton, but golf will be more than a match for you.
Bring it on, Shorty.
Golf, come here now! Destroy him, and make sure it's painful. What? Golf, get me out of here! So long, dragon.
What a wuss.
That was a weird glitch, though, right? I've never run into that glitch. Where Crush just... Maybe I have. I don't know. I don't even know. Did PS1 do that? Where it's like you needed it to be close to you, Crush to be close to you, in order to trigger his attack? I don't think so. That was really risky, though.
That Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. Oh, if Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that. No! Why, you...
Damn. Moneybags died. No, he's fine. Now this, if you ever have trouble sleeping, play this ambient theme of Autumn Plains. This or the next theme of Winter Tundra. It is sublime, it is peaceful, it is therapeutic, it's so... There's just something so soothing about it, and relaxing, and you can literally calm your mind if you play this. I've done this before. I played this on my phone as I was sleeping. And it helps. If you ever need to correct your a bad night's sleep, this is the solution. All right, so here's Autumn Plains, one of the biggest homeworlds I think of the whole trilogy in terms of how much. There's a lot of portals to go through. There's a lot of verticality to it. There's a lot to explore. There's a lot of hidden areas. Very big area. You can farm lives right here by getting a bunch of frogs. Did I get everything over here? Okay. So I figure we'll get into my 2002 Game of the Year. We got quite a grab bag of games to choose from my collection. A lot of great games here. I guess I should get the first game out of the way because this game is not a game I particularly like because once again it is. And unlike the first game that I mentioned back in 2000, this is just not a good game, I don't think. It's a functional game, but it's just not, it's a game that bores that ever-living hell out of me if I was ever forced to play it. And that is my sister's game that she got in 2002 when she was like 11. And that is Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 License to Drive. Now, I don't care if it, like, girls game, boys game, whatever. This game is just a bad game. It's not good. It's like a Mario Kart... No, not a Mario Kart, a Mario Party clone. Except you play as, like, four, Mary-Kate, Ashley, and, like, two of their friends, and, like, you ride around the car on like, a puzzle board, and then you do activities very similar to to Crash Bash or Mario Party. It's very like top down. It's very similar to Crash Bash in how it has like the top down where like maybe you like get into like a buggy and like race around in a circle from a top down view or something, or do little things. But honestly, I'd much rather play Mario Party or Crash Bash than this. Obviously Crash and Mario are much better licensed IP than Mary-Kate and Ashley to me. Obviously, much more appealing, but it's just it's just such a bad game compared. And it's not because it's Mary-Kate and Ashley. It's just a bad game. Like I said, that other Mary-Kate and Ashley game, Mystery Mall, actually not a bad, like, actually for like a girls licensed game, it's pretty good. It's like well voice acted. It has a lot of like single player fun stuff to do, like snowboarding and stuff and all that. But yeah, this game not so much. I always dreaded losing a bet and having to play this game with my sister. It's not a fun game. There's so many better multiplayer games you can be playing, and of course, yeah, it's just doesn't appeal to me. But it is in my collection. I still have it to this day. Like any bad game I have or any game that I don't like, I will keep it to the day I die. Doesn't, Let's see what
Legend has it that there is a portal to Zephyr here. And legend also has it that I know how to activate it. Furthermore, as I recall, the legend mentioned something about me activating it for a small fee.
Legend has it, you're an asshole. No thanks.
Okay, you can come back and learn later. But if you had any idea how much treasure there is in Zephyr, you'd pay double what I'm asking.
You know what, I'll check you back later. Because I'm just going to go for a little gem hunt first. So yeah, oh, by the way, they mentioned that Hunter was born in 1975, and that's actually what he said back when the Ripto's Rage came out in 1999. So I guess that would make him about 24 in 1999. He was a 24-year-old young scrappy 20-year-old, young 20s, I guess. Guess let's learn.
Well, well. I bet a rich dragon like you wouldn't mind cashing in a few gems to learn how to climb. I'd be willing to teach you for, say, I don't know, a small fee.
Nah.
Okay, you can come back and learn later. But if you had any idea what was at the top of this wall, you'd be willing to pay double what I'm asking.
I suppose I can backtrack now.
Well, well. I bet a rich dragon like you would...
Yeah, give it to me.
You won't regret it. Okay, when you see a wall surface that looks climbable, like the one to my left here, just jump onto it and you will grab it with your claws. Use the left stick to move up and down. Press the jump button again to leap off. You can also jump sideways onto another climbable area. Remember, when you see a wall that looks climbable, just jump onto it.
Okay.
Remember.
So that's our climbing ability. It's not the best ability, but it does help us get more vertical and stuff. For now, yeah, I'll get these 2 gems, but I think we'll head back. We'll head back to Summer Forest and kind of finish up those levels that were holding us back from completing it. Oh, that means I have to go this way, right? Oh, yeah. Will they allow me to? Let's see. They have the portal here, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're still yeah, we're missing an orb from Summer Forest because we need the climb ability. Alright. By the way, 1975, Hunter was born the same year that Barry Lyndon, the great Stanley Kubrick movie of all, you know, Stanley Kubrick is one of my favorite directors, by the way, film directors. And Barry Lyndon is one of his more like underrated films, I think. So it's just funny to me that Hunter was born the same year as Barry Lyndon. Like it just shows how old this game was. Not old, but yeah, you know, like it just shows how much time has passed. That in 1999, 1975 was considered uh, not a year that was not too long ago for a 24-year-old, you know. Apparently. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into my next game here. So yeah, with that Mary Kay and Ashley game out of the way, that's probably the worst game here. It's probably one of the worst games I own, I think, because I like it really didn't do good like with review scores either. Like you can actually look it up. It's like usually like a 4.0 or 5.0 or something out of 10. Usually it gets around that range.
There's something shiny at the top of this wall. Maybe you could climb up and get it?
Maybe I can.
There's something
Okay. Follow the golden ladder. Okay, so I guess let's move it along. I guess the next game I'll go into is a game that I didn't play until like last year. And that is Ratchet and Clank 1, which is for the PS2, came out in 2002. I stayed away from Ratchet and Clank for a long time. I picked up the PS3 HD trilogy for the first 3 games, and the first game, it surprised me. Like I knew it was gonna be good, but I'm just glad that it's a game that. Look at that orb, by the way. There we are. Did I get all the gems? No, I didn't. I missed one. I'm just glad it's a game that I chose to play over the remake, the PS4 remake. I'm missing a gem, by the way. What the hell? Because apparently the PS4 remake doesn't. They kind of retcon the whole like you know thing of how Clank and Ratchet had a very hard, kind of tense relationship at first. So I'm surprised. I'm just glad that I got the PS2 version because I like how it's a very edgy game, a lot of innuendo and all that. But Ratchet's kind of an asshole, and Clank is kind of just trying to save the world. And like Ratchet isn't like this hero that he's treated as in like the later games. And I like that. I liked how they had this like kind of like it was like a not just a physical adventure, but like kind of a spiritual one where they're kind of trying to like you know they're butting heads and but they're like kind of like you know there's character growth and all that. And plus the game, even though I still haven't beat it 100%, playing it again, it was like wow, this is like the next Spyro game that I just never really played because it had that kind of similar spirit. Where is this gem? It's a red piece, so let's try to find it. But I enjoyed it very much. I still think what I don't like about it is that there's a lot to grind. You have to do New Game Plus, I think, to get your other weapons, and if you want to get like 1,000,000 bolts, you have to grind your life away pretty much to do it. It was back in the day when like PS2 and PS3 like they kind of didn't engage. They didn't really respect your time. They just pretty much because it was during a time, I don't know, I guess they were aiming at people who just didn't have jobs or whatever, their kids are going to be home all day, they'll finish their homework and they'll play and they'll have all the time in the world to beat these games. I'm guessing this red gem, by the way, is like in the grass in the very beginning of the level. We'll see. Am I right? Summer Forest, right? Yeah, I'm missing. But yeah, it's a very good game. I love the music, very funky. It's not the most out of the first 3 games. I don't think it's my favorite, but it might be like my second favorite. I think I don't know. Like they're all good, but like yeah, the first game I'm meaning to get back to once I kind of calm down with all of these games I've been playing as of late. I definitely plan to get back to it later and like really complete it because I do enjoy it. I enjoy like the upgrades of it and all that. So we'll see. Here's the gem. Alright, so now let's go to Glimmer anyway. See, we needed to go here anyway, so we killed the right amount of time. So Ratchet and Clank is good. It's not, I wouldn't say it's my game of the year, but we're getting there. A lot of these games are really good, I think, that to choose from. By the way, now this is a time when it's 2002. This is the first year where I finally got like an M-rated game, M for mature. Oh, do I have to get these? I have to kill some people in order to get like the superpower to activate. So let's kill some people. Yeah, so this is the first year where I actually got a couple of M-rated games, and that was a big deal for a kid when you're. I mean, I was 12 years old at the time. I don't think I got one of these games until I turned 13, but it did come out during 2002. But I guess I'll just say it. It's not the first game I got that was rated M, but it was the. You know what? I'll talk about the first game I got that was rated M during the actual year of 2002, and that is SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs, the first game. Excellent game. This game, when I shot an enemy and blood came out of them, and the blood stuck to the wall on the ground, that was a game changer for me. Like when you're a kid, when you're a kid at 12 years old, you have a little bloodlust in you. You wanna play those big boy games, or big boy and girl games where there's, where the mature rated game is kind of more of a novelty, and it's in it being a mature game than you being you yourself being a mature person. And what I liked about though is that SOCOM it wasn't like a bloody gory game. It just had blood. It was very just true to it was just like a very humble. What I like about SOCOM in general is it's a very humble game. Humble military shooter. It's not like Call of Duty where like it's like big muscle bound bro dudes and they're gonna fuck the shit up and explosions everywhere and stuff like that. That's not what SOCOM was ever about. SOCOM made you actually like respect the military, respect Navy SEALs. It even made you kind of want to become one, or you at least looked up to them and stuff. And the game was very humble. The game was always about like completing each mission in the best strategic, tactical, and like ethical way. I think it made you like you would fail if someone died, if a hostage died, or if your teammate died. Your teammates were not expendable. Sometimes they could be downed, and you can get through the level, but you wouldn't be passing. You would get graded at the end of every mission. Very cool how it did that. The single player really doesn't get a lot of it doesn't get that much reputation. It's really more the multiplayer, but the single player was very honestly, I don't think the single player today is marketable because people just want to shoot things and blow shit up and stuff, whereas with the and have big character experiences, and the SOCOM was never about the characters, but you were playing as a specific named character. You were playing as a character codenamed Kahuna. You had a squad with your squad. You had guys named Boomer, Jester, and Spectre, and those were your codename guys. And you were a squad of 4. You had to manage your squad. they would crack jokes and stuff, but it was all tasteful. Like that's what I loved about this game, is that it really like imagine if there was a game where you can play as a police officer. That's what it was for me. Like it was about, like, because you wouldn't want to play a game with where you're playing as a police officer where he's some muscle-bound guy and he just wants to get some guy in a headlock and you know, beat the crap out of him. That's not what being a police officer is. And that's what I respected about this military game, is that a military franchise really, is that it treated the military with respect. It treated what they did with respect, but it also didn't hold back to the reality of what they have to do and how tough that role is, and how tough it is to kind of be a critical thinker and strategize. And because when you approach a mission, you do it any way there's multiple ways to do it, but there's also, you have to see what's the right way to approach it, and that's what that game really opened my mind to a lot.
Head on up the ladder.
Thank you. But the multiplayer was also, first of all, it was one of the first...
Hey, great! You've got the Superfly power-up active! Now you can light the gem lamps in this cave!
Beautiful.
If you can get all 6 gem lamps lit at the same time, they'll stay on!
Flame all the gem lamps, light up the lamps quickly.
If you can...
Okay. But yeah, it was one of the first multiplayer games I owned online. Online was such a novelty when it came out for PS2. It was insane. I remember seeing my cousin play this game before I got it, and he was on the mic with people, and I thought, this is insane. He's playing against people around the world, like on your TV, in your living room. Like this is absolutely crazy. That novelty has kind of died for me now.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. For a while, I was afraid we were going to have to cancel tonight's baseball game. Here, somebody mix this orb in with the baseballs.
I wish I had a baseball minigame for this. Only hockey. Alright, I think we're good here. Do we have everything for Glimmer? In terms of... Oh, I'm missing a gem, of course. Let's see if I can find it. Missing a red piece again. How's that happen? But yeah, SOCOM multiplayer, very... Oh my god, I wish they would just bring that back, that multiplayer. They really need to remaster these games. They are so good. The level design... everything about it. Desert Glory, Abandoned. These were maps that are classic maps in design, in the way, like, oh my god, it's just so much to do in those multiplayer games. You had Escort, I think, kind of like a bomb defusal one, team deathmatch, and this was like the first multiplayer where once you die, you die. There was no respawn. It was one hit and you're out, so you better try to do the best for your team before you die. It made... You didn't get as many kills because of that, but whenever you did get a kill, it mattered. It mattered for the team, and it was such a team game, especially with the mic. And since it was a novelty back then to really speak on the mic, and not having to rely on being in a party or whatever, you had friends lists and clans, but... it really did encourage you to use that mic, and everyone was using it because nobody had SOCOM without having the mic on. Where the hell is this gem? Maybe in here? The other M for... Actually, let's back up. The other shooter game that I got for this year was not a mature rated game, but a very fun game, and a step up, I think, from the first game that I mentioned last episode, and that is James Bond 007 Nightfire. Last episode I mentioned in 2001 there was Agent Under Fire, which was a great game, had a great grappling hook. The multiplayer in Nightfire, it's better for a different reason. The grappling hook in Nightfire is not as good as the one in Agent Under Fire, because in Agent Under Fire you can grapple onto anything you want, whereas Nightfire, you had to grapple onto an actual, like, kind of like mesh or whatever that you can, like, which was like selected, like very selectively placed throughout the level. So there wasn't as much freedom with that. But what I liked about the multiplayer in Bond in 007 Nightfire was the use of bots, of AI bots. Where the hell is this damn gem? The bots, it wasn't just bots that so you can put bots on your team, you can put bots against you, but what was great about the bots in this is that any character you put in the multiplayer level was an actual character from like from like the movies, or like skins from the game. So you can like choose any characters you wanted who had different stats and everything, and then you can change their personalities. You can make the bots have different personalities. Like, you can make them a team player where they go for the goals objective, whether you're playing like capture the flag or team deathmatch or like bomb defusal or whatever there was, or like King of the Hill and stuff like that. Or you can make them a guardian. You can make them kind of like, what's it called? You can make them follow you and kind of assist you. And then there was people like you can make them like go for certain weapons or whatever. Like you can make them aggressive. You can make them kind of like defensive. There was a lot of interesting things you can do to make the multiplayer different every time. It wasn't multiplayer, by the way, but it was a great, like, up to 4 players split screen multiplayer. There's a lot of cool things. One of the cool things too is that, like, you were able to use this rocket launcher where you can control the missile. So you're controlling the missile in a first-person perspective and guiding it. It was little things like that that made the game. You can get like drones, like helicopter drones or tanks or whatever, and like fly them around or you know, move them around. There was so much different like little options that you can do. I wonder if this gem is upstairs and I just didn't realize it. But also, 007 had a great campaign. A lot of like good car levels, good kind of like snowmobile levels, first person and everything. Honestly, the game to me back in the day was my Halo for PS2. There's the gem. It's in this damn freaking grass. All right, let's go. And obviously Halo was the better game, I think. All right, I know. I already got the talisman. Halo was the better game, but this game was a game that I really cherish as a PS2 owner. I was like, you know what, this is still a great first-person shooter. It has such a great campaign, has such a great multiplayer. So I had a lot of fun. Oh shit. I forgot that Glimmer had a outro. Nice. I don't think we got that outro last time because I don't think we completed it. That's weird. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, let's get on. Let's move it along. Well, Nightfire 2. Also, what I want to say is, it is a little dated now, which is disappointing to me because I loved that game as a kid. I could play that game a million times over. I used to play like the. What I loved about the Bond games, by the way, is that they would have these cool things in the single player called Bond moments, where you can miss them completely, but if you were able to pull them off, they made you. It just was so much more cooler. It added to your score. It helped you like unlock new characters or new levels or new weapons and all that. Very cool. But yeah, the thing is it is a little dated now. The control schemes are weird. There are different like weapons, like control sets that you can choose from, but you can't like do like button mapping to like to the best of your ability that other games will allow you. But yeah, the game kind of runs a little sluggishly, and it's it's kind of clunky now, but it's a game that I really enjoyed back in the day. Let's go to Sunny Beach. Moving along, let's see. The other game... Oh, here's a cool game that I had. Okay, so here's two games that involve where you're kind of breaking the law, let's say. One of these games, I guess you can already tell, is the other mature rated game that I had, which was a big controversial game for the time, and that is Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This game was big when I got it for my 13th birthday, so I got it like a year later, but this was a big game. It had so much to do. The open world, it was small enough but big enough at the time for you to be really impressed. I don't think it's a game I ever really 100%ed. But, it's not a game I 100%ed, but it was a game I spent a lot of time in. Here's our first ladder that we can get. Obviously you play as Tommy Vercetti. I never had Grand Theft Auto 3, but Vice City was kind of my entry point into the Grand Theft Auto series. Oh god. This is a game I really loved. It was the first game at a time, too, where, like, you know, when you see Halo, you want to play it because you can get in and out of your car, and Grand Theft Auto offered that. Obviously, Grand Theft Auto came out the 3 came out the same year as Halo Combat Evolved, but this was another big novelty.
There's a chef up at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles. Maybe you could climb up there and stop him?
Oh, I'll stop him. Vice City, it's a great game. It's a game that I really don't think holds up that well compared to later games in the series. I go back to Vice City and I'm like, wow, the graphics look the frame rate's not that good. The graphics are kind of choppy. The controls are kind of weird and not modern. Like it's like there's a weird control scheme that really doesn't hold up. But I enjoyed the game back in the day. I beat the game back in the day. I remember it being very hard and frustrating in some levels, but it is a great game. I haven't returned to it. I love the 80s vibe to it. I love how you can listen to all this 80s music. It's great.
Your turtle friends will make a very good soup if I can catch them. You can try to save them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Alright, let's get these turtles. The other game I had...
Your turtle friends will make a big...
The other game that I had that dealt with law enforcement, which, in my opinion, this was like the closest we would ever get to a Grand Theft Auto multiplayer, even though San Andreas would have multiplayer. This game was Need for Speed 2. I mean, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Oh god, I'm not paying attention. Oh, this is supposed to be a top-down view for this, by the way. And they're not allowing it, it's weird. So it's a little harder, I think. But, yeah, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, really fun multiplayer game. I didn't really care for car games at the time, but I love this because you're running away from the cops. They can lay down spike strips, call out, like, assistance, helicopters, barricades. You can have multiple cops chasing you at once. There we go.
There are more where those came from. Here, take this orb and go away.
You can't bribe me. This game was a lot of fun in multiplayer because you can choose to be the cop, and try to bust your friend as he's racing around the map, or you can both be on the same race against cops, And I remember me and my sister used to play it where we would try to just get through the race without, and we would try to protect each other. We would try to ram the cops off the road and like make that like kind of the game, even though the game is really me versus her. Just like in CTR, we would always try to like, you know, play against the AI more, and just try to come in first and second and survive the cops in this one. This is a great game. I don't think other Need for Speeds really hold up to this game. I know the Underground games have a lot of notoriety, but this game in particular I just think was the best version, in my opinion. It was a good time to get it too back in early PS2 days, because it was, you know, kart games were very sleek and shiny to get. I think I'm almost done here. Get in there. You got more? That was a good game, though. Not the most replayability, but it had a lot of cool cars. I remember playing the campaign a lot. You unlock a lot of cool cars and stuff. There we go.
Here, take this. I was gonna use it to buy potatoes, but now I don't need it.
No, you don't. Does he have anything else to say? I think there's more gems in here. Little secret pool. Alright. But yeah, nothing really to say about Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Really great game, though. That's a game that holds up. Vice City does not hold up, in my opinion, but Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, if you play that game, it's still great. It still plays great. It's still very smooth gameplay, great graphics. What helped it too was because it wasn't rendering a whole open world. You were just playing one single racetrack at a time, so the graphics kind of hold up. But yeah, got that out of the way. We still haven't really got down to. We saw that last time. So I mentioned SOCOM, mentioned Ratchet and Clank, Need for Speed, Mary-Kate, James Bond, Vice City. Okay. Now, to me, the game of the year is very cut and dry here. And I have to give it to this without question. I mean, if I was to like really say it, like what are runner-ups here, I'd say SOCOM is a big game for me. I think SOCOM's campaign is the one I played the most, but it does stink that you can't play the multiplayer maps anymore because of the servers being shut down. Ratchet and Clank's a really great game, but I don't have that much history with it. You know, I don't have that much lineage with it. Need for Speed was a good game. It wasn't a game I really went to. Mary-Kate is not a good game. Bond was a great game, but it's a little dated now. Vice City was a great game. Again, dated. I think Nightfire holds up better than Vice City, but this game that I'm about to mention still holds up without question. Now, let me just make sure I have everything. 100% for Summer Fire, so we can mosey our way back to Autumn Plains now. Yeah, what I would say is my game of the year, and I'll explain why, is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. This is an excellent game. Not only did Tony Hawk 2 improve on Tony Hawk 1, and Tony Hawk 3 improve on Tony Hawk 2, but Tony Hawk 4, it improves on the gameplay. You're doing more stuff. You're doing like spine transfers now. You can like go from like basically you shoot out of a bowl and you can go right back into another bowl, like a escape bowl or whatever. You know, your manuals are all good. Like you can sketch now. But what made this game so appealing to me back in the day, and still is, I can still go back to this game, is they change up the formula by getting rid of the 2-minute timer. Now I know a lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater fans love the 2-minute timer. Is kind of like the classic way to play. It's what many would consider the classic mode of Tony Hawk. But when they took that timer away, and made it so that you're now exploring the like city you're in on your own free will, like in a free skate mode, and you have to, and your challenges are now based through like meeting pedestrians and talking to them and them giving you challenges, very similar to how Spyro 2 works in its orb challenges. And then maybe they can add a timer if that's the part of the challenge or whatever. But I love that they got rid of the 2-minute timer. Was huge. It was such a big step forward, I think, to give, because Tony Hawk, like, you're on a board the whole time. You're on a board the whole time. So yes, you can zip around like Spider-Man if you want, if you're great, but maneuverability with a board, you need time to kind of like settle down and practice. And yeah, Tony Hawk 1, 2, and 3 had free skate modes, but what I liked about Tony Hawk 4 is it felt more like a living, breathing world. And there were secrets, and there were, like, you had to collect cash in order to get more like decks, more gear, more clothes, or unlock more levels or whatever. But it was such a big game, and it was one of those games too where it felt like when you were almost 100% completed, like up to 100% completion, they open the game up more and give you more challenges that are more difficult, and that was huge. I remember every pedestrian had like a blue arrow over their head, and you would have to go to them and talk to them, and those were like the basic missions. But then all of a sudden, when you get towards the end of the game, you unlock these like red arrow missions, which, like, when that happened as a kid, I remember being like, holy crap, this game is huge. There's so much content in this game. Where if I was to do like a let's play of it, it would probably be the longest let's play compared to the first 3 games, without a doubt. The first 3 games I can beat like in like a couple hours each, pretty much, maybe a little bit more. But this was like a full game, like, and I love how they introduced pro challenges where you're like, you're talking to. Well, first of all, you can create your own skater, and then you can do your own kind of like story, not a story mode really, but like your own career basically. And at the end of the game, you had your own specific like custom like creative skaters like final mission. Or if you're playing as a pro like Tony Hawk or Andrew Reynolds or Jeff Rowley or Rodney Mullen, or even Bam Margera was added to the cast at this point. Well, I think he was added in 2003, but he was more in this one too. You had specific goals that were custom fit to their to their skate style. Like I remember Bob Burnquist had like you had to like ride the loop, but like you had to cut the loop, like a gap in the loop, which is something he actually did in real life, where you go on this loop-de-loop, but on the top of the loop there's a gap. So you're going from one part of the loop to the other and having to jump it, and then the pro challenge was moving those 2 pieces of the loop farther and farther apart to make it harder for you to land, and you had to do a crazy trick in between. That was cool. There was so much to it. This game was also online, by the way. I never really got to play it online because I don't think I had like a network adapter at the time yet when I had this game. I would get it later for SOCOM, but there was so much in this game. There was so much multiplayer cities you can go through. Everything in this game is like, if honestly, out of the first 4 Tony Hawks, this is like the one game where I'm like, holy crap! To this day, I have so many memories of playing it. The soundtrack was amazing. Again, I always think of like AC/DC's TNT and. God, I can't even name it. It's all these great punk rock like tracks, so great.
Oh, Spyro, hello! I'm having trouble with this door, but I think some orb power might unstick it. Ah, I see you've collected a good number of orbs there.
Yes, I have.
Orb orbs are very powerful, Spyro. Collect a few now and you won't regret it later. There are at least 2 in every world of Avalar.
You don't say. Except for the, speedways, right? Lion Sack.
Orbs are...
But yeah, Tony Hawk 4 is a game where you can play it today and it is just as streamlined as it was when it first came out, and it really holds up. It holds up better than, honestly, I mean, one of the unfortunate things is that even though PS1 Tony Hawk to PS2 was a great transition and it actually survived in comparison to, like, say, Spyro and Crash's transition to PS2, Tony Hawk would take the nosedive later on in the transition from PS2 to PS3, which is a shame. But my God, like Tony Hawk 4, those first 4 games all hold up in their own way. Tony Hawk 4 is probably my favorite of the Pro Skater series, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's a different game than the first 3, and that's why I have to give it. Not only is it a great game, but it is a different game than the first 3. The first 3 are just like, you know, they're very interchangeable, but they add more to it as they go. They progress. But it just amazes me at the Tony Hawk series, where the 4th installment of the game is still getting better than the last game. Like, the last game's great, but like, and many people will tell you that Tony Hawk 3 is the better game. But I think everyone has these various opinions. I don't think anyone has ever nailed down what is the definitively best Tony Hawk game. I don't think that's ever been nailed down, and I think that's a great problem to have. Anyway, that's my game of the year. To recap, my past game of the year is 1995 Twisted Metal, 1996 Crash Bandicoot, 1997 Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, 1998 Spyro the Dragon, 1999 Crash Team Racing, 2000 is Spyro Year the Dragon, 2001 is Jak and Daxter, and 2002 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. No question. To me, it's leaps and... I mean, honestly, I love... these games here, there's a great handful of them here. But Tony Hawk 4, I remember just losing myself in it for days and days and days. I would play these games, like, obsessively. And oh, God, the characters in it... Like, you can play as Jango Fett and use the jetpack, and if you put moon gravity cheat on, you can literally fly around the level forever. And you can literally break the game. Not break. You can like crash the game, and you'd have to restart it because your like point multiplier would just keep going and going and going to the billions. At a certain point, the game just couldn't handle the math anymore. That's what was great about this game too, is that it was just like there was so many like it gave you the feeling that you can do whatever you wanted. Like you can become a god in this game. That's what it felt like. There was so much depth and depth to it that, you know, I can gush about the game all day, but it really is, without a doubt, one of the great games of all time, I think, if you ever revisit it. It has some mini games that are kind of, like, cheesy, like the tennis and the baseball, but it was cool. It was fine. It didn't detract from the game at all. It just, you know, it just wasn't like, you know, the game's a skating game, first and foremost. Alright, but I think we'll call it there. I'm kind of rambling on. If you care to like, comment, or subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. You can also... And, to Kev Plays. It's hard, and I know it's hard to find me on YouTube. You kind of really just have to YouTube search Kev Plays Spyro, Kev Plays Crash, Kev Plays Tony Hawk, Kev Plays The Last of Us. And then you'll find me. It has this little, like, Better Call Saul, what is it? Those, like, car dealership, like, wind guys or whatever, where you fill with air and they go, like, their arms are like streamers or whatever. It's like that is the avatar or whatever. If you can find me, subscribe, comment, like, whatever. Not necessary, though, but if you ever want to find me, that's how you find me. can also follow me on Twitter at Let's Watch Series, and yeah, we'll call it there. Everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. Peace out.